Joseph and Frank loved planting the corn and the wheat seed, feeding the horses, harvesting the grain, and the million tasks that had to be done around the farm. There was no time for extra schooling, and they left school after the 3rd grade. They would become farmers, never marry, and would never travel more than 35 miles from their home. Come on, get it! Joseph was in the barn and read an ad for a scroll saw. The saw was pedal operated and could cut intricate curves with sharp edges. He knew the saw's practicality over handwork. It could cut through 1 inch of walnut at 2 feet per minute. But it was too expensive for their wintertime hobby. When Father snarled over their discussion on the purchase of a saw, the brothers promised that they would not spend farm money on their hobby. And they promised they would not ruin their family's name by selling their projects. Their first clock case reproduced the profile of their church in America and their parents' church in Czechoslovakia. 12 apostles, made from boxwood, marched into the church. Their next clock looked like a cathedral. Joseph designed a mechanism where the 12 apostles marched every hour, opening and closing each door. The total clock stood 8 feet 9 inches high. In 1923, the brothers started a 4-year project to show the significant events in American history. There were panels showing the contribution of the Indians, the Mayflower, General Lafayette, Lincoln, and others. In the late 1920s, the brothers did a series of tribute clocks. One clock celebrated the Czech composer who stayed in Spillville. Another celebrated the historical solo flight from America to France. Their next clock reflected their international sentiments. Joseph had gotten the descriptions from foreign embassies. He designed a clock with a globe that rotated every hour, and Frank carved 35 figures dressed in the costumes of their native lands. We will conclude with the brothers' love of the Longfellow poem, The Village Blacksmith. That poem says in part, "Every morning sees some task begin, every evening sees it close. Something attempted, something done, has earned a night's repose." You can see that Henry improved his carving ability, and Joseph desired now to simplify each clock case. Here were two brothers in the middle of Iowa who were perfectly content with where they were and what they had. In their lives, they had even created some projects that they were proud of. If you had all those things, let me ask you, what good would $1 million do you? You've already got everything you need or want. The brothers had a peace of mind that very few people have or even understand.